call me. The guys with the walkie-talkie, yeah, he's here, you know. So this is my thing. You know, I grew up in a different household. My thing was, if you take somebody to do something, you at least offer them something, or you could have said, listen, man, why don't you come in and have a couple of drinks on me, bang, 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 you know, and listen to the show for a minute. That joker jumped out the car, man, him and his cousin, and that was it, bro. So I said, wow, really?
Wow.
Yeah, but you know how they go, man. And now look how big Biz is.
Yeah, man. Biz is the man now.
You know. Yeah. Yeah, that's just a little story I had, man. I always, every time he comes to Atlanta, I always wanted to call up to the radio station and holler at Biz. I'm going to say, hey, Biz, you remember Crystal from the Weekway Avenue? Mm. And see what he said.
Wow. Hey,
yeah,
so big, the thing, Saturday mornings were different than from now because you had cartoons in. You know what I'm saying? You had Saturday morning cartoons, and they would actually come on. That cartoon was on every day, so it ain't even the same thing. But to wake up on Saturday morning early as you can, I mean, cartoons would start early as, I don't know, 6 o'clock maybe, and it would just continue on to, I think, a little bit past noon or something, maybe 1 or something o'clock. But, man, you would catch a variety of everything, man, on all of the channels. Well, it wasn't as many channels in, but, I mean, the cartoon lineup was, you know, excellent. But to come to mind and think about, you know, our cartoons, like, you had Fat Albert. You know what I'm saying? Right. And Fat Albert was serious back in them days, man. Fat Albert was a show, man.
You had the Road Runner, you had Tom and Jerry, you had what's his name? Simply Sam.
Yep. You know? Yeah, that whole Looney Tunes stuff. They weren't even called Looney Tunes then. I mean, that wasn't their main name, you know what I'm saying? But
no, it wasn't in, but listen, man, you didn't wake up talking about I'm gonna turn to HBO or something like that. I'm gonna turn to Sports Center, you know, or you got the news on, man. You woke up, you had cartoons, and then you had the daytime kids shows and stuff like that. They may have a little special. Oh, how about this, Mr. Kangaroo? You know?
Yeah,
things like that. You know, Sesame Street, stuff like that.
Oh, Mr. Robinson's Neighborhood.
Right.
Electric Company.
That, man.
Even the Spider-Man used to come on Electric Company, man. Yeah. Times was a lot different. Look, we got Grego in here, man. You know Grego can. You know. Welcome, Grego, another X Squad affiliate. You cannot relate to any of this stuff we talking about. This is a total.
No, you definitely can't, man.
A totally over your head show today, brother.
Yeah. He would have to go back to Boston and drink some of that nasty Boston green tea to probably get a little bit of reminiscent on this stuff. You know, the man who don't like KRS. Come on, Grego.
Yeah, man. So the old school cartoons is crazy. I actually spoke about old school games. A lot of people threw in different systems. You had the Coleco system. You had Nintendo. You had Atari. You had the old school PlayStation that came out even before the PlayStation. I had that Genesis. That Genesis and Nintendo was going back and forth real hard. There was a lot of competition between both of them. But that was when I finally got towards college. That was in the 90s. But what I wanted to talk about was the technology, man, that was crazy back then. When I first went to college, even right before I went to college and high school, my father had a computer from Radio Shack. It was called a TRS-80. And with this machine, I think we actually had the one with the hard drive on it. But most of them, you had to put a floppy in to bring your programs up. So you put the floppy in, and your program would come up, and then you would operate it that way. Mine actually had a hard drive. But these hard drives, man, they were probably as small as, I mean, your phone has way more memory than that hard drive had then. You know what I'm saying? It was like 64K or something like that. It wasn't even a megabyte. It wasn't even 1 megabyte. It was like 64K. It was all of the memory that machine would have. And the same with those floppies. Them floppies barely held anything either. They can just hold like documents. But we weren't doing a whole lot back then with those computers, man. We were basically type of paper, going Word. It wasn't in Word. It was Word Perfect. You had Word Perfect. You had Lotus 123 instead of Excel, Lotus 123, and you had DBase instead of Access. You know what I'm saying? So it was a whole different computer suite back then. That was before Microsoft really got in and got going. But with that computer, man, I was the man with it. I had a computer down, got down here to school, and I was typing papers on it, man. That's how I made my hustle. Is you had people who needed papers typed, and I said, okay, I'll do a paper for you at $1 a page. So I type a page out and it'd be $1. I'm like, man, I was killing myself with that labor, man. Like, really? So I had some fools came with 10-page papers. I make $10 doing a 10-page paper. I mean, that's all I was doing was typing it out. But I'm just saying it took a little time. You know what I'm saying? But we was college students. We had no money like that. But computers came a long way, man. So when that computer came out, like I said, that was before Windows ever hit. So when Windows hit, it was like Windows and the video games were a lot better at that time because the games you played on these simple computers at the time was absolutely just craziness. They were weird, man. Some weird games.
When you get to talking like that, you got me completely lost. What year was all this you start doing it? I'm gonna tell you something, man. You know because you deal with me just about every other day. I didn't get into computer technology until about when I moved down here in 98, 2000, you know, that's when I got an email address, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you something. The last toys and games I played with, I had a hot track, racing track car. I had the Operation game, you know what I'm saying? You know, just stuff way back in the days. I threw away my toys when I was a boy. I was out in the streets every day, not in a bad way like these kids are today. I was out in the streets every day either playing ball or chasing a lady. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of my childhood I lost because I didn't get into all them toys and technology and all that, man. I'm just really, you teaching me stuff up to the day, man. You know what I'm saying? So all that stuff you talking about now, you know, number one Chief Rock, I don't even know that. I didn't even play PlayStation and stuff like that. My youngest son, had a PlayStation 1 for years. You know, he never advanced either. You know, I think he was trying to take footsteps behind me. Right. But hey man, you having a good show, man. You taking people back. But once you get to that computer part of the show, Chief Rock got to check out and go take a shower.
Hey man, we appreciate it, Chief. You know? We appreciate it, Chief. Hey y'all, we're gonna take another commercial break. When we taking this commercial break, we come back, man. I'm gonna continue on, and we'll see Chief on the other end. All right, Chief.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Chief a wild guy, man. But yeah, he right about that computer stuff, man. He just getting into his own on the computer. But we'll take this commercial, man. We'll get back and we'll holler. All right, let's pause for a break. Next time you're in the need of video production or editing, give my guys Masterminds Production a call. They're based out of Atlanta, Georgia, and they specialize in short films, concerts, music videos, sporting events, promotional videos, commercials, weddings, fashion and photography, all at affordable rates to accommodate any budget. You can reach them online at www.mastermindtv.net or give them a call, 678-420-8494. Mastermind Production.
Coming straight from the A.
Kick it with your boy Key at www.keyc.com. This show covers some of the realest issues trending today. He'll keep you locked in from the first listen. You can find him online on his mobile app or at KYSII.com, XSquadAffiliates.com, iTunes, Google Play, and especially on the SME Network on Tuesdays at noon. You don't want to miss it.
You've reached Kicking It with Key C show.
Hey, Vince Wright here. Sports Done Right is my show. And make sure you're listening on Wednesdays on SME. The Sports Gov, Sports Done Right, SME. Three things that go great together.
This is Mandelion, X-Squad affiliate. Be sure to tune in to Mandelion and the #1 chief rocker Jersey Vern, Eat, Sleep, Grind, and Repeat show. Cause that's what we do. Every Saturday on Spreaker.com.
We don't take orders from super fools. We give them.
Give it to you. Any and all resistance will crumble. Nonsense. There's never been a threat Squad couldn't handle. It is the purpose of the Squad to align our infamous forces against the powers of good and defeat them, leaving us, the rulers of the world.
In the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. But some days I sit and wish I was a kid again. Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. But some days I sit and wish I was a kid again. Back in the days
when I was just a little gigolo, I looked up to my bigger bro, begged if I could kick it. So when he went out with girls, I could go tagging along, nagging. If she had a sis, maybe could mac a baby hood rat.
Welcome back to the Kicking It with Key C show. And we've been reminiscing over fun back in the day. And we had my man Chief Rocker Jersey Vern that joined us. And man, we've had a good time talking about a variety of different things, man. That was absolutely amazing at that time. I mean, for real. The thing about, back in the day was, we would have, just good, clean fun, man. It wasn't always clean, but it was a different time period, man. Different time period. So we spoke about games, electronics, fun, parties, clubs, dancing, skating rinks, all that type of stuff, man. Where I'm from, in our area, on a typical Friday and Saturday night, you would have, it's just like most other areas that have high school and football teams, but a Friday night would be your football games, high school football games. After the football games, people would convene in a location. Where we're from, in Hampton, they had a McDonald's. They called it the Black Mac. At night, the parking lot was so full of cars. So full of cars, everybody's chilling, hanging out, got their cars shined up, kind of like the summertime song. You hear everybody get their car right and just ride through real slow and all that stuff. The same thing, but we did it at a McDonald's parking lot. And to this day, there's still things like that going on across the country in different areas, in L.A., I believe it was Crenshaw or something like that. People would do it, different parts of the regions, people had their hangouts, I think it was the parks here in Atlanta. I had missed that phase when I came down here, but I believe people were hanging out at the parks, drive through and stuff like that on Sundays and stuff like that. But different places had that one hangout spot, where people would just go there and convene, and everybody knew that spot was happening at that time. It was a real interesting time period, man. A real interesting time period. I had a guy that actually said he was gonna call in, and I haven't seen him call in yet. This guy by the name of Mouse, he's from my area too, but I guess he was catching wind of the show. And yeah, man, he can actually vouch for a lot of stuff I'm speaking about, because he's actually from the area as well, man. But fun at that time was I mean, it was simpler. You know what I'm saying? You could do something real simple and still have a good time with it. It didn't have to be real